Yeah, coach, second top 10 win for you guys this year. We talked a lot about you guys finding your offensive identity. It seemed like you found something in that second half. What do you think it was that started clicking for you guys?
Well, number one, we took care of the ball. Our guys did a really good job of not having empty possessions with poor turnovers. And then, I thought we did a really good job of attacking the paint. We got our big guys the ball in the paint. We got some really strong drives from perimeter guys, and that's who we have to be. Like I said, it's not always, we're used to kind of bombing people out from three, and obviously we can make good shots, but we have to play through the paint.
And four guys in double figures for you, well balanced offense. But what was it like? With everything Greg's been through, all the surgeries, what was it like to see him kind of have this kind of moment in that big of a game?
Yeah, I just said it on our radio show. Like, I'm so happy for Greg. He's been through a lot. He's been through a lot, and everything that he's gone through, with most guys, it would have broken him because he's not had stretches of good health since he's been at Marquette. Thankfully, he has had the longest stretch of being healthy recently. And I think you're starting to see him round back into the form that, we've always believed he could have. He was sensational, and our bench was sensational tonight.
Ben, you can go ahead if you have another one.
Yeah, what were the Creighton's obviously a efficient offensive machine, and they were bombing threes in the first half. What did you guys do in that second half to kind of slow them down?
Well, they're a terrific offensive team, and in the first half, we had a couple defensive breakdowns that led to their threes, whether it's transition or not guarding the ball like we should, but they also hit some really tough shots. I mean, Ballack was incredible with his shooting. In the second half, I thought we did a great job of taking up the space of their shooters, and we didn't get broken down off the dribble to where we were in rotation, because once Creighton gets you in rotation, something good's usually going to happen. And the second half, I thought we had a really complete performance on both ends of the floor.
A question from John Dodds. John, go ahead.
Yeah, Coach, congratulations. Was this one of the best second halves of since you've been at Marquette? I mean, it was amazing what you did in the second half. What did you do at halftime? What did you change up, or did you?
Well, we talked about some areas on the defensive end that we thought were hurting us. And number one, transition threes. And I thought in the second half, we did a better job getting back in transition. And part of that had to do with they were having to take the ball out of the net. And then secondly, I thought we got broken down off the dribble. And like I just mentioned, once Creighton gets in rotation, they find great shots. And so I thought we did a better job of guarding the ball. And then from a ball screen defense standpoint, because they are so good in pick and rolls, we kept mixing up our coverages so they couldn't get a beat on us. And I give our kids a lot of credit for having the focus to be able to do that, throughout the game.
We'll go back to Ben Steele.
What can you say about the poise of the freshmen? Dawson hit some big baskets down the stretch, and you guys were feeding Justin. He was drawing fouls, and those guys just didn't seem to shy away from the moment at all.
For their first Big East game on the road against the top 10 team, those two kids were fantastic. They handled the moment, which is a big moment against an outstanding team, with the maturity of somebody much older than they are. And those two guys are really good players, and it showed tonight.
And, it's a second straight good game for DJ. Is this the DJ you kind of were anticipating when he transferred in?
Yeah. And, we were realistic. There's no question I thought DJ could be an outstanding player. But he also had a long layoff. And, to think that he's as talented as he is, that you're just going to jump back into things and you're going to be the player that we all know he can be. That's probably unrealistic to put on anyone. But one of the things DJ's really practicing well, and he's preparing well. And I think that's really helped his performance. And, he obviously hit a huge shot for us tonight, but his defense was equally as good because Zagorowski is a tremendous player.
John Dodds, one more.
Yeah, just to follow up on what Bennett asked about Lewis, it seems like his wingspan allows him to do a heck of a lot, whether it's the dunk in the first half off a weird angle or keeping the ball alive for a missed tip that Garcia could then take and put back. Can you just talk about his length? He seems to play a lot bigger because of that wingspan.
Yeah, Justin's got long arms and big hands, and as important as those two things, he's got a great nose for the ball. He just has a way of being a magnet for the basketball. And it was great, even though, he ended up fouling out. It was great not to have to manage foul trouble with Justin tonight, because he's obviously, like, if you could start all three bigs, you would, because that's how good they are. But he's been tremendous in terms of his attitude and willingness to do whatever the team needs in order to help us win.
All right, that's it for Coach. Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.
Good.
Thanks, guys. Take care.
Thanks, Mike.
Appreciate it, Coach.
I believe we have Greg Elliott here.
Oh,
Questions for Greg Elliott. We'll start with Ben Steele, Milwaukee Journal Sentinel.
Greg, what was the scene like in the locker room after the win?
Oh, it was crazy, man. Big time road win, top 10 opponent, first game of conference play. Our locker room was very excited to get that win.
Yeah, career night for you, man. Just with everything you've been through, surgery on the thumb, surgery on the ankles, twice on both of those. What was it like for you just to have this big game and just be a part of a big win like this?
I felt good, man. Knowing I've been through a lot, and it was even better doing it with my teammates because they've been there for me the entire time. Both thumb surgeries, the ankle surgery, they always been there for me. So to go out there, have a career night to help my team win was the best part for me. So.
You guys have been kind of searching for your offensive identity all season. Seemed to finally click in that second half tonight. What do you think it was tonight?
We let the ball find the best shot. Nobody was, thinking they had to do it themselves or go be the man. We all was the man out there tonight. We all made plays to help our team win, and that's the mindset we got to have throughout, and that's what everybody had, and everybody did that. That's how we came out with a win.
Now you've been around for 4 years. What do you think of the young guys? Like, they seem to play with a lot of poise. Dawson hit some big shots down the stretch, and Justin doesn't seem to get rattled very easily. What do you think of those guys and how they've been playing?
I'm just gonna be honest. Both our freshmen, they like that. They really big time players coming out of high school. You got Justin, he's a monster down there. Dawson as well. They both play well beyond their years. They go out there, you can't tell they're freshmen. It said that by their name, but the way they play, you'll never know it. And I feel like that came from them, being polished. And I would say, like, we help with that as well. Like, we need them, It's not like you just going to be freshmen filling in where you can. Like, they both play pivotal roles for our team, and they both know that. So I feel like that's helped them grow in this situation.
We'll go to John Dodds.
hey, Greg, congratulations. When Creighton's on a roll, they always make the extra pass, and it seems like the defense is chasing them a lot, and they're always late. That's what happened in the first half. Second half, they had a lot of dribbling. What did you do to stop that? Because they look like a different team, but it looked like the pressure you guys were putting on.
We made some adjustments at half. We knew that it came down to us keeping our chest in front of the ball, and that's a way you can really slow down Creighton because you know they're a great offensive team. So if we did our job standing in front, it was less for them to kick out and get them open threes or them good look threes that they was getting in the first half. So once we figured that out and we kept the ball in front, it was easier for us to not have to chase Creighton around. Like you said, we was able to keep them in front and it was never us chasing them. We stayed in front. So we did our job and we didn't overhelp either. Usually that's how they get a lot of their threes too, us overhelping. But once we seen our teammates did their job, keeping the ball in front, we can do our jobs and stay with the shooters.
Thank you.
We'll go back to Ben Steele.
This is a big win, but it's only, like you said, it's only the first conference game. Got a long way to go. Like, how do you guys keep the momentum going forward?
We're gonna get back to Milwaukee. Whatever coach has planned for us for tomorrow, we got a big game with Seton Hall coming up on Wednesday. We just got to focus in and keep the same mindset we had going into this game. We got to bring that to Milwaukee as well when we get ready to play Seton Hall.
What'd you think of, DJ's been really good the last couple games. How do you think he's kind of settled in?
I feel like he settled in great. I feel like it's more than just on the court. It takes people a while to get used to being with their teammates and what everybody else does, especially coming from another program and being able to play right away. But I feel like us as a unit is what's helping DJ get more comfortable. Off the court, we spend a lot of time together because, COVID and stuff like that. You can't really be around a lot of people. So we spend a lot of time together as a group. And then that's just translating to on the court because if you get to know your guys off the court and then practicing and stuff like that, you get to see what everybody's comfortable with, what they like to do, and their tendencies, and it helps open your game up more. And I think that's what's going on with DJ right now.
Yeah, you mentioned, spending a lot of time together. There's been a lot of discussion, about should we be playing college basketball or not. I know you guys as players, you like to play, and that's good for your mental health and all that. But at the same time, you're away from your families and you're kind of isolated together. What do you think about finding that balance in that and just everything that you guys are dealing with right now?
I feel like the balance comes from we love basketball. This game is what's bringing us together. So us having that chance to play that is big. And then when it comes for our team personally, it comes down to how much do you really want to play the game. You got to make everyone makes certain sacrifices to play the game of basketball. Our families do as well, not being able to see us as much as they would like to, but they still get to see us on the TV screen, which is, to me personally, I feel like that's better than them seeing me on in person because it's I understand I can't hug them and stuff like that, but they get to see me represent my family name, and my brothers, they represent their family names as well on the TV screen. So, and then it's you got to be able to make that sacrifice, like I said before. It's if you can't do X, Y, and Z to get A, B, and C, then don't do it. You know what I'm saying? So that's really what's big for us right now is doing what we need to do so we can continue to play the game we love.